Hello, how's everybody doing? I'm Dharma, and this message is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watchers, anybody that was drawn to this message. So happy to see you guys. Doing the thing where I'm recording all of this as a full video on extended members. So if you like these and you want to watch them uninterrupted live, then join us over on the extended members side of this channel. And we also do a daily moons and so on and so forth. If you are watching this live on YouTube and you're not part of members, you'll be able to get the extended version of this on Vimeo, and the link for that is in the box below. Okay, so guides and angels from our tribe, what do we have coming in? My readings tend to last from reading to reading as far as time frame goes. All right. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I feel like putting on my glasses. It's gonna be a bright. Oof. Oof. I've been getting that often. Oof. The freaking bodacious bodak. So there is a watcher. I mean, if anything, okay, before we start talking about the fact that the bodacious bodak is shadow, okay, we are headed towards hope for the future. Iris of the rainbow brings hope for the future. She sits on the rainbow. She knows what's on the other side. But if you notice there, her foot right here is on that bubble. And these cards are done by Brian Froud. He was part of the crew that made the critters for the Labyrinth with David Bowie. And if you've seen the Labyrinth, you know how he has those balls, those glass balls that he carries around in his hands. Those are supposed to be future glimpses or dreams or hopes or wishes or something like that. And they are present in these cards as well. And it feels like she's got her foot on a hope that is meant to be because it already exists inside of this bubble, but not yet, or it hasn't been time yet. I was just talking to somebody about the fact that things that are meant to be, you can feel them, but it's not time yet, so you get a not yet vibe, and it becomes very like, you know, when is now, or when is someday. And I want to be like, so I think that someday is now, because you have this person, okay, they do a lot of watching. There is a spirit dancer who is a person who is free about expressing themselves. She is not afraid to say. Sagittarian, especially Sagittarian women, are Sagittarians periods are the ones that will say the things that nobody else wants to say. And this is I mean, it's the fawn, okay, but this is probably somebody that you have turned your back on. If you're the feminine in this, her face looks a little bit salty. All right, somebody could have a flower tattooed on their ass. She could be, I feel like that maybe the reason that this person is a watcher is because she turned her back on them. The person that I'm talking about is probably a friend of yours because they're coming forward as the fawn. And the fawn for me is always two characters that get together to make one big energy. Like they function together as a unit. It's just, you might be able to feel their energy coming at you. They could be shooting vibes toward her and she can feel it. That's why she's like turning her head like that. And this person could have really, really blue eyes, but they could also be extremely masculine. That's why they do all of the watching and the protectiveness and the creeping around, because they are a watcher. It's important for them to know. I heard what she's doing, but it feels more like that she's safe. As long as they kind of like know that you're in your little corner of the field doing whatever, they're good. And so this one comes forward doing something unexpected. And I think that's probably where the hope for the future comes in, because, you know, I was just talking to the captains about this morning, about how in a lot of tarot readings or what have you, you get this whole, they're coming back. But you have to think, at least the way that I channel, I channel people that are actually around you. So if there's a person in your life that you got into a little tiff with, or you're not really talking to, or you've had some kind of relationship with them for like 1 to 6 years, okay, their presence is coming back around, but it doesn't have to be a lover. These could just be friends that you haven't heard from in a while, but it very well could be. But it feels more like this is important. Whatever it is that they're about to do, it feels important. So what is it that they're seeing here when they're doing the spying? This Emperor, Scorpio, change, communication. It feels like they feel like somebody is in the way. They have in their spying, they have seen an Emperor slide in there somehow. And it feels like the second might be relevant. It feels like I'm gonna miss out. This person has been, I keep wanting to be like, this person has been spying on you, period. That's how they know that you might potentially be talking to somebody else or entertaining something else. What is it that they want? Like when they see the fawn, when they look at this feminine, what do they see as far as a future? Temperance. They see her as temperance. Not too hot, not too cold. True north. House, hearth, home, belonging, family, marriage. Interesting. There is a lot of baggage. They may have had a couple of bad marriages, and it's like they're coming to some kind of like really fiery realization. God bless the broken road and let me straight to you. Oh. Oh. I like that, but they want to reconcile, family, deep commitment, all of that. So their intention here is to close a gap. Now, she had her back turned. Absolutely has her back turned to the point where they say whatever they say. I think that's been a common theme in some of the readings lately too, is that people have had their back turned toward other people because the eclipse season this year was brutal. Raise of hands for how many of us experienced some kind of just awful wave of emotions during the full moon eclipses in April. It was a lot, and to the point where we're like, okay, never again. Never again are we going to feel that way again. And if people are going to walk away, we're going to let them walk away. We don't beg for people to stay. And so it's come to a place where she just took a leap of faith, and this person has just been watching. That's what they've been doing. Destiny. I heard someone gives you a letter of commitment. And I don't know what that means. And that's crazy because right when I saw that, a notification from Zillow popped up. It feels like they're taking real action. Do you know what Zillow is? It's an app to find houses. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe they're like, okay, it's time to take action. It's time to, it feels like it's like they've been waiting and trying to figure out exactly what it is that they could do to get this one to turn her head, because her back was turned and she just wasn't gonna deal. And so this conclusion, after all of the spying and all of the thinking about what it would take to get this one to turn back around and become the fawn with them again, 2 peas in a pod. The only thing that this bright mother has her focus on is house, hearth, home. That's exactly what a bright mother empress would have their mind on. But it's like she's totally naked, totally vulnerable. She's probably overwhelmed. Look at all of the things around her in this image. She's probably in charge of all those things. And they're all standing outside. So some kind of shelter is, she probably talks about it all the time. All the time. And they have been listening. They've been, it feels like Frasier, I'm listening, right? They're trying to soak in what it is that this one needs. I was just having a conversation, like seriously, 5 minutes before I signed on here with a blue-eyed friend of mine about the despair that comes along with needing help and not having it, right? Because she's standing there like this, bare-assed, with just a mountain of whatever to deal with by herself. They're listening. They heard you. It could be anything, whatever that is in your life, right? It's that the mountain that you're trying to climb personally as a Sag or a Sag cross watcher, okay? There's something about it. And there could be more people involved to make it happen. Like they might know a guy, or they might make a call, or they might like there it is. It's a third person, but it doesn't feel like a bad third person. It feels like surprise. And that's why we have this hope for the future. Tell me about that. They're going to seize the opportunity. Now you have new hope. And she's all, it feels like, what was it? Was it the moons? Was it the moons that I was talking about, making a plan where you're going to climb steps like this and you know that that's what your plan is, but in reality, the way that spirit gives it to you is like this. It feels like that's how this works out. You absolutely think that you're going in this one direction because you're looking at this mountain of issues and you think that you have it figured out. But in the background, you have a person who watches you and they care about you and they want to, I mean, why though? I heard why not? But it has to be some kind of, it's not necessarily an obsession, but they're certainly concerned about this one. Because they love her. The stars talk about falling in love, just being blessed. You know, I always see this as, do you remember the movie It's a Wonderful Life? Did you know that right up the road where I go to school is where It's a Wonderful Life was filmed? They have the George Bailey Bridge and everything right there. And in the beginning of that movie, they screen forward to these stars like this, and it's supposed to be angels talking to each other. And it's almost like your angels talk to their angels, and they were like, will you fucking do this? And then their angels did the talking and whatever. Does that make sense what I'm saying to you? Spiritually driven, divinely guided, whatever label that you want to put on with it. That's what we're looking at here. And but the thing is that it feels like it comes in from the damnedest source. You, in no way, shape, or form, were expecting it to come from that one. And the fact that it has got her absolutely floored. It's a gift. Surprise. Okay? You were focusing on it, like trying really hard to make it come in from this direction. You still get it, but it comes in from that direction. And I think it surprises the fuck out of you. You get the green light. Movement. And this person is a swan of yours. And the swan in Lenormand is some kind of soulmate. We have so many soulmates, okay? You have tribe folk, you have family members, teachers are soulmates, classmates, friends when you were little, friends when you're older, transient people that you meet for just a second that give you a little seed that changes your life forever, right? So many things. But this person is important in your life, and they have been told spiritually to help you. And I don't know if that means help you because you need help, or my nose. Help you because you need help, or help you because to push you forward on a project that you're doing. So I guess that would be help in whatever sense of the word. Okay, and it happens, and I think it shocks the fuck out of you. All right, so this is a good place to cut this off. All right, if you guys are interested in following the extended, the link for that is in the box below. You can get one at Vimeo, or you can join us over on members and watch the whole thing. It will start at, say 18 minutes, okay, when you're watching this video over on members. All right, otherwise join us for all the other things we do, shenanigans and what have you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, Sag. Bring it back.